Welcome back to Farm Talk Friday. I'm Ken Jordan. This is my beautiful wife, Giovanna.
Hi, my love.
And this is a yam or a orange sweet potato.
It's our friend. He's got this friend too.
Yeah.
Hey, Ken.
Yeah. So,
We'll talk about these guys later.
it's August 15th, 2025. We do this Farm Talk Friday every Friday whenever we can. It's like our journal. We talk about what's going on our little permaculture farm. There's our hens back there. This is my new cast. I have a little bit more movement, which is exciting. It's going to come off August 28th. I'm super excited about that. My birthday was 2 days ago. I want to thank everyone for birthday wishes. I had a wonderful day, mainly with my angel.
Oh, that's so sweet. Yeah, we started off at Poralma, which is an amazing vegan brunch spot. So Ken was able, because he can't have milk.
Yeah. That was
vegan waffles.
That was in Barrio Escalante in San Jose. And then we finished with dinner at Cook's in Santa Teresa, where I had a ribeye and deep fried Oreo cookies.
Yeah. So he got to have another vegan dessert.
Yeah. Okay. But I haven't had any sugar since then.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. So anyway, so Ken used to be in a band called the Crystal Method, and for his birthday this year, an old friend, Alan Smithson, plus probably his wife had something to do with it also, but they sent over an old flyer with the Dust Brothers and other names from the past.
Yeah.
And so tell us that story.
Yeah. He sent a flyer from January of 1995.
Like January 19th or something was the show.
So it was really interesting because our very first show was with the Dust Brothers, who now are known as the Chemical Brothers. And it was 1995. But that flyer he sent was from an event in San Francisco, and we were scheduled to play, but there was some problem with the venue or the party or the PA or something, and we weren't able to play. You know, this is back in the rave days, and so we played with our debut show. Actually turned out to be in Los Angeles. Very similar lineup. Similar flyer. I still have some version of that flyer somewhere.
And still with the Dust Brothers.
Still with the Dust Brothers. It says Dust Brothers UK.
Yeah, because they got in trouble. And that's why they changed their name, right?
That's right, because they were fans of the Dust Brothers, who are an American production team who produced things like Beastie Boys, Paul's Boutique, and super cool guys. And so the Chemical Brothers, when they first put out their first single, they called themselves Dust Brothers, just like fans, just like, well, this is just a little project. This isn't going to turn into anything.
Right,
you know?
Which is kind of what happened with you guys.
Well, kind of opposite, yeah.
Well,
yeah, sort of the same, sort of opposite. But anyway, yeah, right. Anyway, so... Anyway, they had to change their name to the Chemical Brothers.
But Ken, well, I thought your story was that you just wrote that on like some tape that you were handing in.
Sort of the same.
And it was like, oh, this is just a cute name we're coming up with in the moment. And this, we'll change it later. And then they're like, no, you can't change your name.
Yeah.
People know you by this name now.
I came up with the Crystal Method, and I just thought that would be a funny thing to put on a demo tape. And then I just thought, well, if we ever get signed, we'll have to change our band name. But no, they were like, what? No, you already have a following. You can't change your name. Yeah. So anyway, there you have it. Okay, honey.
Yes.
We always talk at the beginning of the show about this week's advertisement that we
That's right.
post on Facebook.
And last week we forgot to talk about it.
Dang it.
Yeah, but this week it's a similar vibe. So last week the ad was me taking, I wasn't really trying to take a selfie of myself, so I'm like half out of it, but I'm trying to take a picture of the rear view mirror showing all the plants that I had bought in the back of our mula.
Yeah.
And because it always feels like you're just the biggest billionaire when you come home with like, you know, a whole filled vehicle full of plants. So anyway, so that felt awesome. And so I was like, that's
This
our
is,
ad. And then we forgot to talk about it.
This is Giovanna's version of luxury shopping at the
Yes,
mall.
yes, yeah. I'm not really into shopping, but plants, yeah, that's super fun for me. And so anyway, this week, just yesterday, I saw an ad in the morning saying, hey, so we have these groups, like local groups, you know, like most local communities do, you know, like in North Hollywood, when we were there, they had groups, and this one's not necessarily like free cycle, but it's offers of the area. And someone said, hey, I have these plants, and whoever wants to get them, come get them. I was like, hey, and I was just dreaming about these plants. Not like I fell asleep and had a dream about them, but I was like, oh, you know what I could really use are the green Sansevieria plants, because the ones that we have like the yellow borderline tips and the middle is green, but these ones are mostly green with like some like white patterning in them, but they look more green. And I have rainbow areas, and sometimes I'm like, okay, look, like everything is green, but like some plants are more green than others, and like they'll look like you're intentionally making a green thing in your rainbow path. And I was like, those would be perfect. And then they showed up in the offers group. So I contacted her, and I'm in touch with her like all day long. I just, you know, Ken can drive, but I am telling him that I want to continue to be his chauffeur until his cast is off. So I was driving him around yesterday, and I'm like, okay, it's okay if somebody comes and gets them, but try to save me at least like one batch of them. But anyway, so we're on the way back, and Ken's like, oh, don't you need to go this way? I was like, oh, no, like we can't take this car. I got to go home and switch to the truck. And so we switched to the truck, and I take Jose, our worker, and that's always fun. Jose always has fun things to talk about. And so we get there, and we get these plants, and there was a bunch of them. There was 7 pots of these like large, like, you know, more mature green Sansevierias. And then I noticed that she has this like pile of other plants that are root balled. So they had been purposely dug out, instead of like cut down, just to mulch or whatever. Like she wanted them out. I guess she like bought a new house, and she was like thinning some of the grounds, and so anyway, so she had all these plants that, you know, you buy at a nursery, and you're spending at least, I don't know, $5 to $10 on each one of them, depending on how big they are. And I was like, what are you doing with all of these? She's like, I'm just gonna hire someone to haul it out. I'm like, I'll take them. So I was able to take half of that pile, but I filled the entire truck bed with what I went there for and these other plants. And then Jose had a great idea for them. He's like, well, where do you want to put them? I'm like, well, I don't know yet. He's like, what if we did this? I'm like, I like your idea. Like, we might do that. So right before this show, I had to take the truck and drive out to the part of our property, so that we're not like hauling them on our shoulder. And we set it up. I don't think he was able to finish it though, because it's a lot of plants.
It's a lot of plants.
Yeah, but it's very exciting. You know, it's probably, I don't know if it's thousands of dollars, you know, worth of plants, but it's definitely hundreds of dollars worth of plants. So anyways, thank you to our neighbor who put that out. And, you know, it's perfectly appropriate to use the plants as mulch on your land, but it's nice to replant them, and I think they're going to appreciate continuing to live if that's what they want to do. So yeah, that was exciting.
Cool.
Yeah. In other news, it's not raining.
Yes,
So much.
We're kind of in this extended little summer. It's supposed to be full-on rainy season, and we just haven't been getting much for
Consistent.
like, I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, it does rain. Like,
Yeah.
and we've been gone, and we were told it poured the other day, and it did rain hard while we've been back, like the last few days. But it's just not raining consistently. Like, it didn't rain last night, and so it's a little bit of a bummer for those of us that love the plants.
Yeah, it's raining enough to keep the plants thriving.
But not to plant little new ones in areas where we wouldn't water them.
Yeah.
Like I can't, like we have stuff in the vivero right now, these butterfly pea plants, and I don't want to plant them somewhere because I would want to put them on a tree where they would vine, but I'm going to not necessarily forget where they're at, but where I want to put them, I don't want to go out there and have to hand water it. It's like I want rainy season to take care of it for me. That's what rainy season's for. I don't know what it's doing. So anyways, hi Hope, we see you. Hi. What else, honey?
Visitor coming.
Yeah, we have a visitor coming. I'll talk about that at the end. But so this morning, I did a mermaid training.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, with Galina, who's already an incredible mermaid, meaning that she is a steward of the ocean, and she's part of the Iguana Diver Group. Here, she organized a women's dive day that I was very honored to have been invited to demo mermaiding at this event. And so she's doing, education. And so I'm like, you're such a perfect mermaid already. Thank you, Galina. It's an honor to train you. And so we got halfway through that. And so I posted a little video, and my cousin Kathy, I think she's my cousin. She's, like, I kind of think of her more like an aunt, but I think she's my second or third cousin. I don't know, however that works. So Kathy was like, what is this? I don't understand. Can you show me? Can you show me something? I'm like, well, I'll talk about it on Farm Talk Friday. So mermaiding, cousin Kathy, it's like a cross between free diving. So think about, if you don't know what free diving is, think about it like this. It's like snorkeling in mermaid costumes, but also being trained to hold your breath and dive down. And so unlike scuba, where you're underwater with a tank and, you're probably underwater like 30, 45 minutes, depending on, how big your tank is, it's dependent on your breath hold. So you take a breath and you go under. And so, for some people, they can swim around for 30 to 45 seconds or longer. Maybe 2 minutes. We just watched a really cool documentary, Ocean Ramsey.
Oh, yeah, she would be a good mermaid, huh?
She is a mermaid. She's already educating, and it'd be interesting to know her thoughts, though, because she's like a shark expert, shark behavior expert, just because she spends so much time. Like, she doesn't, I don't think, technically have like a PhD in marine biology, but she's probably spent more time with sharks than most people that have a PhD. And her deepness, oh my gosh, I can't remember her name right now. Super famous marine biologist lady, like all...
Sylvia Earle.
Yeah, Sylvia. Sylvia was backing up Ocean.
Yeah,
she was
she
like,
was.
yeah. She's like, she's awesome. Is basically what Sylvia said. But anyways,
Hey,
Ocean.
hey,
Yeah.
Andre.
Hey. So Ocean says she can hold her breath for, did she say 6 or 7
I can't
minutes?
remember.
But I don't know if that means like she can hold her breath and kind of move around with the sharks for 6 or 7 minutes, or if because the more movement you have, like you're using up more oxygen, and so I don't know if like it's more like a 5 minute with the shark, which is still very long. That would be a long time. But you see her like training, and it's like that movie. Do you remember that surf movie that came out like 20 years ago? And I feel like the girl that was like the surfer in that had to do some real training, and she's, you know,
Orange Crush,
Blue Crush,
Blue Crush,
and they do the weight. They hold a weight at the bottom, and they're running with it and holding their breath. So we see Ocean doing that in her documentary. And anyways, it's super good. Please check it out.
It's called The Shark Whisperer.
Yeah. And hypoxic training. Well, yeah, I mean, it's, I think so, if you're talking about what Ocean was doing specifically. Wait, so I think, Harry, let's read what you said. We just got home with a truck full of chamoy with ginger. We don't want to read it? Okay, well, I am reading it, and the list goes on. I know, it's great. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm actually like looking at the list, like, do you have anything we don't have? But I don't think so. But yeah, that's super exciting. Super exciting. And we just had, I see that black pepper is on your list, and we had it vining on a tree that just fell. And I told Jose, I was like, hey, this vine's really important. And he was like, okay, I'll put it in the vivero. Like, I'll take pieces of it and we'll propagate it. And I don't know if you did that. So thanks for reminding me. I know I took a piece of it and put it on some other plant that was nearby, but it's super valuable. We love growing the black pepper. So anyway, we love you guys. We're going to get ready for our visitor who's coming in the next few weeks, who will be here for a few weeks. And
all right. And
more updates on that later.
We'll be back next Friday on the Green Wave House page. So thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week on Farm Talk Friday. Where's that heart?